Welcome to my world tour. I've been in this world for just over a Minecraft year, and also coming up in like a month or so on like a real world calendar year. So I thought this would be a sick video to do in terms of like just showing the progress in a Minecraft forever world if you don't just create new worlds, um, which is what I used to do. This is probably the world I've had for the longest, um, certainly on PC. You know, I may have had longer worlds with friends back when I played Xbox 360 and Xbox One edition. But yeah, so I spawned just over this hill, um, and I climbed over it, saw this sprawling valley, and it was relatively flat. And I thought that's a great place to settle and and yeah, build without having to do too much terraforming. Although I will say this ravine thing was natural, with the water, but right around here, this part, um, to this river, I dug this little bend, and tried to put some flowers in it. It's not completely done with the terraforming, but yeah, I did dug this out, so that wasn't natural. And anyway, I came here and I started to build my lava lookout house because I thought this little lava fall was a cool place to build a house. But my plans of the house was pretty big, and I was needing a place to like stay and sleep. So I switched gears and I first built this little hut. And so right now this is where I live, and it will eventually double as like um, a storage area. You know, I guess right now it does double as a storage area, but it'll eventually be, filled to the brim with storage. But for right now, it's like half house, half storage area. Um, and then out here is like my little workstation, where I can do various things. And so, yeah, this is the house. I guess I'll go up there real quick and I can show you the lay of the land. Um, this lava lookout house is only partially done. So, like this front room will become, decorated and everything. The kitchen's almost done. This is like the kitchen area. It's almost completely done with just a few things left. And then this main room, I'm not sure what's going to be this main room and also what this wall will be. I'm definitely going to be changing this out. I was just experimenting. So you're catching me in the middle of the build. And then up here, I thought it was cool to incorporate this natural cave. And it kind of looks like a lava tube or something. So maybe building it out to be like a volcano. That would be sick. Almost like supervillain base vibes. And then up here, this is the second floor where I just have probably where I'll put my bedroom and stuff, maybe an enchantment table. I don't know. So yeah, this is my bubble elevator. That'll be the way to get up and down once it's done. So then I've just been building my base out from here. I did build it next to this close village, but I think it was too close because all the villagers have since died. I have a village, yeah, you can just see the closest house. On the other side of that hill, those villagers are still there. And in fact, it's thriving. I do a lot of trade with them and things of that nature. So this is an infinite water source well. Then across the bridge, you can see I've built my farm and my crops. So this one has, what does it have? Wheat, potatoes, carrots, and beetroot. And that's mostly what I'm trading with them over there. And then in the back we have sugarcane, and here we have cocoa beans, and then pumpkins and watermelons. My brain is blanking for some reason. But what did I have to say? Oh yeah, I will. You may see like chests just randomly, like this little stack of chests, and there's some chests over here. I want to be building like little areas that sort of fit in with the theme of what they're storing. So like I was thinking of building maybe a barn or like a grain silo, and that will host my storage of crops. But right now that's just kind of where I'm storing my crops. So it doesn't look good, but that's on the to-do list. And then I also want an actual dedicated farm for this bamboo, but right now it's just sort of sprouting up out of the ground. And each of the crops like kind of has its own, themed decor for the water blocks. While I'm on this side, yeah, this is the little village. Here's my path, and this is my mine. So it has some like just kind of looks like ores out here, coal, maybe a little dangerously close to the lava. But yeah, this is my mine entrance, and some storage, some furnaces in the beginning, and then this guy, sometimes he like walks up and messes with this, and it kind of looks like he's working on the cart. Oh yeah, exactly. So I think it's kind of funny and cool when he does that. Wow, I can't believe that happened like on command. This dude's voice commanded apparently. And then in here is entrances to like my actual mine shafts, so more dimly lit. I mostly just use like this deep slate one or the old mine cave. So I'm a huge fan of bubble elevators, so you can go down. This leads to a larger cave back there and everything, but it's just a quick mine shaft entrance. So they all lead somewhere, except for some of them are like these. The ones that say closed, I haven't. There's no room for them yet, or there's nowhere for them to go yet. So they don't actually do anything. So yeah, at first I tried to make this entrance just oak planks, but they kept burning. So they are now deep slate, and I think it still looks good. I'm proud of it. Okay. So, oh yeah, I sort of passed over this. This was my first build, in quotes, because it's more of just like it's not really a build, I guess. It's not like a building, but this I dug out and made my little fishing park, and it's like a nature park thingy. And I planted all these plants and everything, and I did some shading. Like it's where I really experimented with like using dark blocks to show like a shadow, and then they fade into more lighter blocks and everything. So we have my maxed fishing rod here and some fish. I probably have spent as much time building this area as I have fishing with it. So I don't really fish that often, but yeah. And then this dock connects, as I showed you, all the way to that river, which then has more access to the big wide world. So that's why I kind of dug that river out. And now let me show you over here what I've been working on. So this is my tree farm. It's not something I feel like you normally see in a Minecraft world, but like I said, I sort of wanted to build on this plain, and I didn't want to have to keep like walking all the way to the forests, and I didn't really want to like dirty up the empty plain with a bunch of trees, so I decided to keep my tree farm pretty organized. So that was actually the first farm I built, even before crops or anything. Let me just hit the hay real quick. Oh, I can't. So we're not interrupted in the tour. But yeah, so I have a row right now. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the main types of wood I have. And I do have saplings for the cherry blossom and the pale oak. So I'm working on expanding. Essentially, each type of tree gets a row with 10, 10 places to plant, whatever you would call that. It's all nice and lit up because in the beginning I kept dying to monsters and stuff. And then back here, yeah, I wanted to show you this. So I built a place. I'm gonna have to expand it, but it has 2x2 tree, planters. And I built this up here off the ground because I don't like when pine like changes the dirt into podzol, and it like, I don't know, it just looks weird having like a splotch of podzol to me. So that's why I built it up off the ground. And but yeah, I think it looks rather nice and cool. And I mean, I wasn't really using that spot for anything else. So this whole area is basically dedicated to logging. And because of that, I built this log house. So this sort of ties into how I was saying I want like themed storage. So I've only built the exterior. I'm working on the interior. I'm gonna bring a villager over here, and I was thinking of making him into a Fletcher to trade sticks with, of course. And then I could have a closer source of trades than just my farm. Maybe I should bring some farmers over too when I build that storage area. But in any case, I'm gonna build out here like a woodshed type of thing, and maybe make it look like a log's being split and stuff. So anyway, I just think it's a cool way to add life to your build when you incorporate actual builds in your storage instead of just like building a whole storage room. Some people like that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying this is a cool way to just add life to your build. So that's pretty much it for the current state of my base. The only other thing I've built kind of nearby, I'll just show you real quick. We'll just do a flyby, but this is the village I've been working with, as I mentioned. And yeah, this is kind of how my base looks from sky view. Oh, and I guess I forgot to mention my house has like a skylight, so in that big main center room with the ugly wall. But yeah, if you fly over this hill past my nether portal that I revived, we can follow this trail of the smoking fires, which it's a very simple design that I stole from About Oliver, if you guys know him. And I just felt like it does look better. Originally, I had a trail of like the one block tower pillar things. And this just looked better, especially before I could fly. I kept getting lost trying to find my way to my end portal and the stronghold. So that's what the pillars were for. Now they just mark my flight path. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm coming in for the landing. I still have to finish up the decorating of this exterior, but this is kind of how it looks. It's not too bad, but could be better. And then in here, it kind of looks like we discovered the top of a stronghold and patched it up, and we've set up a little like, I don't know, research station. That's kind of what I was going for, a little storage type of thing. So let's go down. This is right now my little setup and everything. Not much here, but I cleared this area of the stronghold. It was a bunch of like hallways and just a maze. And I cleared it out, so this could be like larger storage area for what we extract from the end. And so this is the room. It's mostly untouched. I'm even risking the lava underneath because I like the ambiance. So let me jump through. Um, wow, that was a little loud. So we have this thingy, and this, I guess I'll close it. So in my ender chest, I just have a recovery compass and a compass that points to my base for if I die and I need to go collect things. Also have an extra elytra and food. I guess this is as good a place as any. I'm working on building up max gear, so anything in netherite is pretty much maxed out, and that's why I maybe don't have as much of the base done. Is because I've been taking breaks to work on my gear. Um, so I definitely need to get a sword, axe, and shovel next. I actually do have a fully maxed out hoe because I happened to loot a maxed out diamond hoe and I was like, I'm just gonna throw netherite on it and get the achievement. So yeah, I have a netherite hoe before I have a netherite sword. I don't know why. Well, I did it for the achievement. I just explained why, but it wasn't logical. It was just for fun because that's why I play the game. And then I'm sure you guys have seen this type of thing before, but this is my Enderman grinder. And if I get too close to it, it will start spawning them and they will make lots of sounds. That is horrendous. So I feel like no need to go down there, but that's pretty much it for the base um, and what I've been working on. Yeah, I mentioned some of my plans for the future. I'd also like to build. See, that's nice. I love how it takes you back to where your respawn is. So yeah, I'd like to build maybe a grain silo or a barn. I was thinking. Let me get up here real quick. And actually, let's just do this. I'll just go up real quick up here. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe out here could be like, this is a pretty nice flat area. I could build my farm, yeah, for animals like sheep, cow, pigs, and then the noise is not so close. I do want to extend this, build a pathway to the far village, and hopefully revive this village once I make it safe for the villagers. Might need to build a wall, light up some of the nearby caves and stuff. So yeah, I eventually want. There's a really cool outcropping. Yeah, this stone that like looks almost like Lion King-esque type of thing. Was thinking could have like a tower, a lighthouse on it. I'm not sure. And then I want to eventually build a nether portal, which is like a meteor crashed and caused like a crater. This could be like a cool area. So there will be like fire all around it and it will look like, space, alien, stone and stuff. And then in the middle of that would be the portal. I just thought that would look cool. So I don't know. Finishing this house definitely on the agenda. And you can see my pitiful rocket supply. I think I do need a creeper grinder. I was trying to avoid like building automated farms for as long as possible because to me, like that's part of the game is like farming. That's why my whole farm right here is manual. And my tree farm is manual. Like that's just part of playing the game for me. But I am getting to this stage where like now it's to my detriment. It would be more useful to have a creeper, an automatic creeper farm, so I could have gunpowder, and maybe automate my sugarcane farm as well, so I can just have a rocket supply. So, and I mean, you already saw my Enderman XP farm, right? So I'm getting to that stage where I need to start automating things, and so I can have more time doing my fun little builds, like my log cabin. But I'm so grateful that you watched this video. I hope it was interesting and fun. And I'm planning on posting more on this channel this year. One of my goals is to get out a video every week. So you can tune in and I'll be giving updates and progress on this world and showing some gameplay from it. So I look forward to seeing you then. Peace out.